there is a new insect that has come to Grounded, and it is a new one of my favorites, and it is paper wasps, or in general, just wasps themselves. As you can see, we actually have new flying enemies here that are wasps and wasp drones. This is one of the 3 new bugs. There's 3 in total: the wasp, the drone wasp, and the Queen Wasp herself. We'll get more into how to summon her and everything like that later in the video, but first I want to go through and show you guys exactly what you can do against these wasps and ways to fight them and where to find them. So first things first, let's go ahead and turn player damage off and make sure that we have faction reactivity on. This is important if you guys want to summon out the boss queen. But first things first, let's talk about weaknesses, shall we? So if we come right over here to data and we scroll down to what we've just peeped, their weaknesses is salty. Okay, their resistance is chopping, stabbing, slashing, and explosives. They do not have a weakness or resistance to sour damage, which means the sour staff is going to come in handy. A tier 9 sour staff with a charged blast can go ahead and knock a wasp right out of the air, so that's a very valuable thing that you can do. So keep that in mind and go ahead and get yourself a powered up staff to help you out fight these things, because they do fly around. Second thing is, like I said, they are weak to salty damage, so using Assault Morningstar is going to be a helpful tool for you. But beware, these things are really fast and hit really, really hard. They kind of hit like a truck, so you got to be careful. Also, they cause venom damage and bleed damage, as well as piercing damage. They have a couple different attacks. One is that stabbing attack right there. Then they have another biting attack. And then they have like a spitting attack. Now, this is the regular wasps themselves that have this attack. The drones have a screeching attack and a fast spitting attack that will cause bleed to you, as well as venom damage as well. And when the drones do a screech attack, they will actually heal themselves. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick here. If you're up on that screwdriver right there, and don't fail like I did, but you can actually jump from the tip of that screwdriver up onto that hornet nest itself and actually knock the nest down. This is important if you guys want to go ahead and unlock the availability for you to fight the queen bee, or the queen hornet, I should say. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go through and start fighting them. Once you start fighting them, you're going to make the entire hive angry. This is one of those drones. You're going to see it's very dodgy, kind of like a mosquito. It doesn't attack you head on. It just sits there and spits at you, and then we'll go ahead and do a screech attack as well. What I've found to be super helpful with these guys is if you just go ahead and use yourself a like a Black Widow Fang dagger or something like that, so you can deal some poison damage, or even wearing like the Black Widow armor and making it so you're actually just dealing some poison damage. That's always a helpful thing as well, doing some added poison damage right onto your weapons. So that is, in truth, how I go through and wipe them out. Now, I will tell you, these things are incredibly hard, actually. Fighting these things in medium and woe mode has led to my death more times already than fighting Black Widows has, because we're kind of aware of the way that a Black Widow fights. These guys heal themselves a little bit too much. It's a little broken right now. I feel like that it needs to be brought down a little bit for the amount of damage that they are doing. But all in all, it's a fun new enemy to fight, and the queen fights quite similar. But let me explain to you guys how to unlock the queen. So the first thing that's going to happen when you start fighting the wasps is they're going to be angry with you. Then they're going to want you gone. And then after you've gone through and destroyed a couple of their hives, what's going to happen is there's going to be a little bit of a prompt that's going to pop up, like if you were fighting them and they were going to send over a attack wave towards you. What it says is the hive wants you gone, and then it will say you have officially disturbed the hive. Once you have officially disturbed the hive, what will happen is you need to go to sleep, and there will be a cutscene. That cutscene looks a little bit something like this. Okay, now before we go any further and I show you guys exactly where the hole is and stuff like that and what happens once you go inside and how to summon out the queen bee and all of that, or the queen wasp, I want to show you guys a couple different locations on where you can go in order to find wasp nests. So the first one is obviously on the toolbox right here where I showed you, right? Then there is actually one that's back here, right in this back corner, hanging off of a piece of cinder block. In order to get up to that one, you actually have to jump off the top of the Java-matic board and float down onto the top of it in order to destroy that one. In my playthrough, it took 2 hives gone in order for them to say, we want you gone. And then, and to say that the nest is disturbed. Some other locations are going to be that there is a spot that's right back over here. There's a spot that's right in here. And then there's another spot that's right back over in this location over here somewhere as well. So all in all, lots of different spots for you to fight hornets. But I will tell you, once you fight them, it spreads wasps all over the backyard. So you need to be careful if you want to summon out these guys and you want to start fighting wasps. Once you do that, it's going to spread those enemies all over the place for you to fight. So what does it look like once we're inside? Here we are at the opening of the cave in order to get into where the wasps are, where their nest is, where you're going to find the queen hornet and all of that, where all of that is. But before you go in here, there's a couple things you're going to want to prep. One is a bunch of healing items. You should have a lot of healing items. The healing items should be meaty smoothies at a minimum due to the amount of damage that can be done by a wasp in a short amount of time. Now, another thing that you're going to want to grab before you come in here is a tier 3 hammer. I'm going to show you guys why here in just a second. So what you'll do is you'll run on through here. You got this little entrance that you're going to end up in, and looking around, you're going to see a couple things. A giant blue ball, a broken family computer, and a giant Tase T. Now that's Tase T 2.0 is what that is, and all in all, he's going to become handy here in just a second. I'm going to show you guys why. So what you want to do is you want to run back over here around this corner. Corner here. Okay, shooting around, right? Jump up over these nice tacks that are over here, getting around them. There we go. And you're going to get to this little entrance that's right here. Now, you got 2 different ways. You can either go this way, and if you go this way, back around here, and you look back over there, there's 2 black widows in there, maybe even 3, depending on how many are back there, and a milk molar that you can get. Don't go do that right away, though, unless you really want to go fight black widows, but you can if you want to. Or you can go through this little opening here. Now, there's ticks in here that you want to be careful for. The ticks are quite annoying, but good place to get some tick fangs. But you can run through here like this, running all along here. There's some raw science up top. And here you are, you're looking at the mouth of the wasp hive, the actual wasp hive. Now, over here, it is a little bit dangerous, okay? There is termites in here, but there's also hornets in here that you're going to want to avoid. And what you'll do is you'll run straight over here, jump over here like this, and just keep on running. And right here, if you actually hit this with a tier 3 hammer hit, just like that, you've now created a way up for yourself. If you hop onto this pencil right here, hop back over here, whoop, dodging hornets all around. Excuse me. Well, I dip and dodge and stuff and try to get around them. Run right up here to this ball and hit this one. Now, you've made yourself openings in order to get up here. You can run right over here, jump on down, and right in there is how you get to the hornet nest. Now, let me not die and actually get in there. Now, I know that that was extraordinarily quick and a quick run through on how to get over here, but like I said, there's just 2 little areas. You jump down from right up here, and you can actually walk right into the hive itself right in here. And if you run back into the hive, there's 2 things that are in here. There is the boss spawn, which you need a BBQ medley in order to spawn her in. And then there's a skeleton that's right here. This skeleton is going to drop the recipe for the BBQ melody, as well as a new health and safety badge for you to grab as well. So this one gives you life steal and fresh wound. We'll talk about that more in another video, but all in all, this is how you go through. This is how you summon in the boss, and here is the boss herself. Now we're gonna be fighting this boss in another video, so thank you everybody so much for watching this one. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button on your guys' way out. We got more awesome videos coming for Grounded here, and I can't wait to show you guys even more.